Uh, so next stage is really after you know the right time, date, which counts on that basis. You will almost certainly be asked to do a presentation on your company and what you do. Now, very simply, you're either going to be asked to do 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Some people refer to this as an elevator pitch, which I don't like. The idea is you can tell everyone about your company within 60 seconds or 30 seconds, whichever. Um, it's an option, it's something to maybe consider, but I would just call it a 30 or 60-second pitch about your business. Very simply, the things you should be covering within that or preparing for, and make sure you do practice this before you go to the meeting, is to say who you are, the company that you work for. So those two things should stick in their mind and obviously reflected in the business card that you've handed around as well. What you do, and I would tell people what you do in the simplest form that you can. Almost picture it as a way an 8-year-old would understand. So you may say, I will help people buy and sell businesses, or I will help people buy the business that they want, or help them sell the business that they don't want anymore. Couch it in very, very simplistic terms because people's attention span tends to be quite limited anyway. And if you try and get technical or too complicated, they're just going to forget everything about it. So make it something simple which will stick in their mind. Focus on one or two things maximum. So buy and sell businesses, etc. Don't try and go into too much detail beyond that. And essentially, the key about your 30 or 60 seconds will be how the people in the room can help you. Who you want to speak to. Do you want to speak to accountants? Do you want to speak to their accountant? Do you want to speak to business insurers? Do you want to speak to utility providers? Whoever is dealing with the type of clients that you want to deal with, those people you want an introduction to. And if you can, be specific. Either mention someone in the room that you would like to deal with, so just makes it clear on that side, or someone that you have a feeling that you'd like to deal with and you haven't had any instructional contact with them yet, because you never know who within the room knows people that you may know. So that's definitely that one element. And we term it essentially being specific is terrific. The more specific you are as to the type of person you want to speak to, or the actual name of the company and the name of the person within that company you want to speak to, the better. Because you never know, there may be someone in that room who knows that person is happy to introduce you on that basis, or say that they will do so. We'll come on to the meeting itself in a few minutes. We'll come on as to how to get the most out of that side. But have that 30 or 60 seconds prepared. In some cases, you may only have 30 seconds. So again, very quickly, here you are, what you do, name of the company. This is what I want. This is what I want people to focus on. This is how you can help me. With the 60 seconds, you go into a bit more detail, but it has to finish with that on about this is how you can help me. These are the people I want to speak to. These are people who can help me develop my business. These are the type of people I would like to be introduced to. I would say definitively practice that before you go along to meet on the day. It shouldn't take too long to do. Just read that a couple of times. I wouldn't read it off the phone because you're then looking down the phone. You're not making eye contact with the room, which is again an important element. And people tend to mumble and stumble because they can't quite read what's there anyway. You should have this self by rote. You should know what you are about. You know what you're trying to achieve. You know who you're going to speak to. Have that in your mind straight away, but practice how you're going to present that. So when you stand up on the day, it's bam, 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 nice and easy. You come across as very professional and very organised. On the professional side, we didn't mention this in the last meeting. If you are going on to a networking meeting, think how you want to be seen or how you want to present yourself. Now, if you're in the trades, I know you're not, but if you are, it's okay to turn up in overalls. It's okay to turn up in scruffy stuff because people expect that. A painter is likely to turn up with some paint spattered clothing. You are not. Because you want to present yourself as being a professional person, someone with whom people want to do business, and you are professionally laid out to say, I am here to help people professionally, you should dress appropriately. I'd say definitely suits if you have one, or certainly smart clothing. Present yourself in the way you want to be perceived. You want to be perceived as a scruff and someone who doesn't really care about their appearance and anything else, that's fine, go along to that. You will not pick up much business as a result because people will not see you in the same light as you maybe want to be seen, the same light as an accountant, the same light as a financial advisor. Someone who is a professional and knows what we're talking about. How you present yourself is going to be very important, very much in terms of face-to-face meetings. So make the effort, dress up accordingly, dress how you want to be perceived. That will make a big difference. And that's your prep. That's getting ready for the meeting. So don't forget, get someone to invite you. Check out the members. Check them out on LinkedIn. Check them out on the website if there's such a thing. Make sure your LinkedIn profile is up to date. Make sure you have business cards on that basis. Make sure clearly you have the location, time, date ready and right on that basis, and have your 30 or 60-second presentation ready in your mind so you can just stand up and do that straight away. Make sure on that basis. Now we'll come on to the meeting in a minute, but one thing I do want to say is bear in mind you're not looking to join at this stage, so do not commit to anything until you have shopped around and find other places. If you feel this is the place for you, fine, go on that basis. But just bear in mind what I said in the previous chapter on this side as well. Think long and hard. Are you going to get good value out of this? And that's going to be the key thing. So let's see how we go on at the next section.